Hey Fit Fam, this is Tay the Great from Fit and Sanity. Today's show is sponsored by F&A Distribution, your local laser, steel, and cut crew. Need custom brackets, plates, or gym signage? They'll cut it, label it, and have it ready to bolt on. Just visit fnadistribution.com and tell them Fit and Sanity sent you.
Yeah. Yeah, we back in the zone. Time to tighten the frame. Mind sharp, body strong. Yeah, we lifting the game. Fit and Sandy, see the crew. We be breaking the limits. No excuses, no fear. We go hard every minute. Tay the Great in the lab. Jordan holding it down. We talk health, real life, how to rise from the ground. If you ready for the change, take a breath, lock in. It's the podcast for the warriors. Let's begin. 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 Let's begin.
All right. How you eat, how you train, it affects everything. Your energy, your mood, performance, recovery, aging, even your sex drive. And not in a vague kind of way, not in a eat your veggies kind of way, in a real, tangible, you will feel this in your body kind of way. And today, we borrowed in 3 people who live this stuff. We got Tim, we got Sheri B, and we got Vinny, because this conversation is too good to have alone. So, welcome back to another episode of the Fit and Sanity podcast. And introducing another co-host, Sheri B.
Hey y'all, how are y'all today?
And then we got Tim, Mr. Eat Your Veggies. He's back again.
Back in the place one more time for the people. I'm just messing with you.
And then for the first time on the podcast, we got Vinny in the building. What's up, Vinny?
Back in the place for the time and the people. Thank y'all for having me. This is cool.
All right, so Vinny, I guess we know what brought everyone in this lifestyle, but we'll go over it real quick. Vinny, what brought you into this lifestyle?
So, it started off with just working at a gym. It wasn't necessarily where I work currently, but there was something about retail that I just didn't like only when I was in the actual gym setting. Because it was at first getting to know the people, getting to know the community in the gym that I worked for, or the gyms that I worked for, and kind of getting comfortable with them, but also getting motivation from them, talking to them, networking, and getting the idea of not every routine, regiment, anything like that has to be the same. And just because somebody is at a higher level than I am, or is a lot more expert than I am, it doesn't mean that I should give up on myself. And that's one thing I've learned as a person with my own insecurities. I feel like I have to, can I cuss on here?
Yeah.
Okay. I would think I'm not going to be like this 6'2" bodybuilder that walks in. So that's my shame.
Right.
But I have had people talk to me, and then I've met people that are like my size, shorter, a little bit taller, that have told me like everybody's a little different. Don't beat yourself up. You're figuring out where you stand, where you're at, and then we're going to break down everything and kind of see what fits best for you. Right. A workout for a 6'2" person is not going to be the same workout for a 5'2" person.
You're not 5'2".
I'm 5'2".
No, you're not.
We're not doing this right now.
Are you really 5'2"?
No,
well, so I owe the DMV lady some credit because she put 5'3", so I almost gave her a happy ending at that DMV. Oh, but I am 5'2".
No, you're not, because you're barely taller.
Whatever.
All right.
Okay.
All right, y'all. Let's just get into the first segment. Food is more than calories. Food is information. It affects energy, mood, brain function, and it affects consistency. Yep. All right, so here's a discussion. I'm going to ask you guys. When did you first notice that food was affecting more than just your weight, and what was the shift? Let's start with you, Tim.
For me, it was acid reflux.
Oh, yeah.
Because certain foods you eat, and what time you eat them, types of foods you eat, can cause acid reflux.
That's right.
So I always felt like I had a constant lump in the back of my throat. Well, it was caused acid reflux, and I noticed when I would eat pretty clean, it goes away.
Oh, wow.
But then when I start eating high sugary foods, fatty foods, heavier foods, real citrus type fruits and things like that, I started to notice it act up, and it would come up more at night. So I'm always constantly clearing my throat,
Right.
but trying to feel like moving something around in my throat, and it's just from swelling from the acid reflux.
See, and I never thought about that. I thought it was an age thing that acid reflux kick in. Do you think that's true? Or
It's
no?
food.
I was
It's
going to
food.
ask that
It's
too.
food.
It's food. It's absolutely
food. Yeah.
It's food because certain foods like spicy foods, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I agree.
You know, especially if you eat them late, it will cause you to have that heartburn, that indigestion, right?
Yeah.
So that's what did it for me. I realized that I had to clean up certain foods and things I would eat. Then I started trying to track which foods that was causing it.
Yeah.
You know, which is kind of hard to say because you eat different stuff every day. Well, some people eat the same. But I did notice once I started eating pretty clean, at least 85% of the time, it went away. So
Okay.
that was the biggest thing for me, the acid reflux.
I like that.
Yeah.
Same question, Sheri.
I can piggyback off that. When I was very unhealthy, acid reflux was a thing, and there were some nights I would wake up and I would feel like I was choking, but not just
Really?
choking. I felt like I was literally dying,
God.
like
It was
I
that
couldn't
bad?
breathe. It was that bad.
You're gasp for air.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night. You
In the
wake up.
middle,
Yeah.
Oh.
it's that bad. And so now in my journey, eating clean, eating right, I do not deal with that. But one night, when I did eat bad, it woke me up, and I was like frantic panic because I was like, oh my God, this hurts so bad.
Right.
I have not eaten another burger at all because
No.
it's like, no,
Not
I
even
won't do ground beef because that really, really messed with me during my journey. And it's like, nope, can't
Not even
do
like
that.
those Beyond Burgers that are like veggie or turkey
Nope.
based or some shit
I
like
mean,
that.
I could do that, but it was a ground beef burger, and it really, really made me sick. And acid reflux, if you've never had it,
It's bad.
it's horrible. And mine sometimes wouldn't even go away without, like,
Some type
even
of-
with
Yeah.
An acid or some
And-
sort.
Yep.
But mine, there were times that I would take like 2 or 3, and I would still have acid reflux real bad.
And that's what I took a Vegas trip with some friends, and this is where I thought it was an age thing but I didn't take into accountability, the drinking, and then we were trying all the buffets in Vegas, and then my friend of mine got, I think it's GERD, where basically you just get consistent hiccups, and and then it got to a point where he had to like, on our last day, he had to go back to the hotel early because the hiccups were so consistent that they started giving him like acid reflux or that lump in the back of the throat. So that's crazy. Overall, like that's some shit. That's some crazy shit.
So, and it's like, Tim, you're pretty much an expert on nutrition, right? You know, most people, they're going to eat to either punishment or fuel, right? Us, more than likely, we're eating for fuel, right? But then I read, like, there's other things that happen, like every meal that you eat sends signals to your brain and to your gut.
It's to get that satiety, to make sure tell you you've had enough.
Right.
But sometimes when you're eating, your brain may not trigger. That's why you see people on my 600-pound life.
Oh,
Because their brain is not signaling to them, their neurons, and it's not firing and signaling to the rest of their body that is enough. So they just eat. But those people also have had some sort of trauma
That's what I
that
was
has
gonna
triggered
say.
it also. But a lot of the times it's just, even with trauma, your body should tell you, okay, that's enough. But I want to go on that show and just like so bad.
What are you going to do on that show?
I
Are
want
you
to go.
going to fuss at people or?
No, it's like I want to just talk to them, ask them, how did you get to this point?
Yeah, that is
I
true.
want to know too.
Because it's like some of you, like your families enable you, but at some point you got to look at yourself and say, I got to stop.
I
See,
feel that.
yeah, and that's kind of that mental capacity because I've done that before, where and it goes into that fact of like, growing up, you blame your childhood, you blamed how you were raised, you blame how you grew up, but you're at a point where it's like, bro, you got a full-time job, you have your own bills, you have your own responsibilities. Don't go blaming your dad that left you like 10 years ago, but about why you can't pay rent this month. Like, what's the actual excuse for it?
But remember when I was talking to you about my journey when I did gain all that weight, when I was eating the Whataburger and I was still hungry, I was scarfing my food so fast. Remember, I was telling you, my brain wasn't signaling to me that I was full, so I was still eating, knowing I should have been full off of a large Whataburger meal, double meat with cheese, extra mayo, bacon, large onion ring, large salt and pepper. I should have been full. Yeah. But then it was also the people around me that was enabling me, that would watch me eat that. And I'd be like, oh, I'm still hungry. Give me a bite. And they would give me a bite. Or leave me half of something else. Or I would add cookies or something like that. And I still never felt full because I was eating so fast. And the two weren't connecting.
And some of the foods we eat can also block that from happening too. So a lot of fatty foods will. You know, and that's a lot of times you're gonna have people eating those, you know, burgers and, you know, triple meats and, you know, double bypass burgers, you know what I mean?
That's what it is.
I mean, seriously. It's just that bad. But it's just like certain foods will block those different triggers as far as in your brain to keep you eating and eating and eating till you're 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's what they say. What you are, what you eat.
You are what you eat.
Right. Because you can't out-train bad eating habits.
Not at all.
And it's like you want to think that you can. You feel like you can, right?
You can try. You know, and they just really food too. You gotta throw alcohol in there.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah.
You gotta throw alcohol in there because I mean, at one point, probably like 15 years ago, myself, I was 215 pounds. I was wearing like a size 38 pants, and I just like, this is not what's hot in the street right now. I mean, it was a lot of the times because I was just drinking. Then on top of the drinking, we were eating hardly, and we were partying, and we were drinking, eating, partying. Next thing you know, 215 pounds. So, but yeah, you gotta add all that in there too, alcohol as well.
But what people don't realize is how long it actually takes for your body to start burning fat after you consume the alcohol. So people think, okay, I'm going to consume alcohol today and I'll go to the gym, but you're not going to burn fat. It takes anywhere from 48 to 72 hours for your body to start burning fat again after you take alcohol, based on how much alcohol you consume as well.
That's a bar right there, because when you all were talking about that, I was thinking about that same thing. That is so
like
true.
people think, oh well, I'll drink Friday, Saturday, Sunday I'll have some, then on Monday I'm gonna go hit the gym. That's just not how it's gonna work. Like, you're not gonna get, basically what you're going to do in the gym on Monday is really kind of, I hate to say it, a waste, because your body's not doing anything with it. Your body's not going to benefit because your body is still burning off all of that alcohol that's been in your system all weekend.
And that's where people get in trouble. They do good during the week, but everybody falls off on the weekend. Everybody falls off on the weekend because they're out with family, they're out partying, they got this graduation, they got graduation season's coming. You know, and you got people that's going to be having cookouts and all this kind of stuff. So everybody, you can do good all week.
Right.
But if you're going to do that, you just got to make sure you make the adjustment during the week what you're eating, so you can have that at the end of the week and it don't affect you.
And the one thing I want to speak for myself on, mainly because I find myself as more of starting my journey in that sense, because I don't think I've taken my health, my lifestyle as seriously up until now with where I'll give y'all credit, working with you guys, and then working with the other people that I work with and seeing the specifics, hearing the stories. So coming into this, I'm coming in with open ears. Like I was talking to you about yesterday, Sheri. If you have an input, please motherfucking tell me, because I'm the type of person that is also learning as I go with what I do with my regiment. So with that being said, I will say when it comes down to hearing this, like, that's news to me, because I had a little staycation. I went to took 4 days off. I did not go to the gym the entire 4 days. And then I went to the gym for the first time that Monday, and I felt like shit. Like, it was not funny. And even today, like, I've been doing a 90-day challenge that an online trainer assigned me, and I did the challenge, like the full workout today, and I still felt like shit. Yeah.
Damn.
And because your body is still recovering from all that eating, that lack of sleep from the weekend, going, and the alcohol that I know you consumed this weekend. So your body is still recovery.
Yeah, exactly. I just didn't realize like how long it actually fucking takes.
I feel like we're about to be the fun police on this episode.
Absolutely.
I feel like I'm about to get lectured. Next episode,
Nah,
Vinny
you're
goes to
not.
therapy.
All right. So we move to the next one. We're talking about the next segment, negative effects of poor nutrition. So, you get the low energy, poor recovery, brain fog, inflammation, and hormone imbalance, which is one really good. I know we have that women have a lot of hormone imbalance. What about Tim? You think a lot of men have that problem?
Of course,
too?
your test levels drop.
Oh,
That's why your gut grows. That's why you have such
Okay.
a big stomach. That's how you can tell where your test levels are.
Right.
And it's other things too. But if you start to see that your stomach is starting to grow, you have a bigger gut. And if your sleep is bad, your energy, your mood is off. You're getting irritated real easily and quickly. Well, chances are you might want to check your test levels.
Oh,
That could be part of it too. And you also could be dehydrated. It could be just a number of factors. But
that's fact.
that's one of the things, a way you can kind of gauge it as well, to kind of see. But yeah, it definitely will affect. Men have all kind of imbalances also,
Right.
so they get anger easily.
Right.
They quick fuse. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So yeah, it definitely will.
Okay.
And the one thing I want to say, I don't know if this goes into nutrition or the last topic we were just talking about.
Right.
But the one thing I see from everybody that we've worked with, like coming in, they always say, "Oh, I skipped a meal," or "I skip meals. That's why I'm trying to lose weight." I'm like, why would you actually do that? I was like,
Yeah.
you have to have like an actual set meal plan. And this is the one thing, just because I used to say it as a teenager. I was like 15. I was skipping breakfast or lunch, and then consuming like a shit ton of calories whenever I would eat
Yeah, no
dinner.
That's
Right.
where everybody get in trouble.
That's
Yeah.
where you get in trouble.
And like you need those full meals, even if it's 3 times a day with the snack in between. Like the workout regimen that you were on needs that nutrient to build off of.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You look at the time you're eating that big meal. It's
Yeah.
late in the evening, so your body does not have time to burn off the carbs, to burn off all the excess, to burn off everything else, the caffeine, all the stuff you had all day.
Right.
And then you have that, so guess what's going to happen now? You're going to lay down. It's not that you're going to gain weight. It's like you're going to have poor sleep quality because you're going to toss and turn all night long.
Wow.
And you're never going to be able to relax. So guess what? Now you having, instead of getting 6 to 7 hours or 8 hours of sleep, you're going to be tossing and turning for probably about 4 of those hours.
Yep.
That's why you're tired.
Yep.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy is a lot of people accept it as normal. It's like you talked about it when you first got on. You were not injured, but you were always sore. Your feet were sore, but that became your norm, right? So imagine how many other people are walking around like that right now. This is just normal life.
just normal life,
know what I mean?
and thinking it's normal. But it was all the inflammation in my body. Remember, I talked about I had all that inflammation, all the inflammation markers, was doing CTs, MRIs, trying to figure out where the inflammation was coming from, and it was poor nutrition, poor, poor exercising, not moving, and that's what was leading to everything. And then as I got my nutrition right, got my, into my journey, that's when everything subsided. And then it's like, oh, this is normal. I can wake up in the morning and my feet don't hurt, and I don't have to worry about setting my feet on the ground if it's going to hurt or not. So people don't understand how important the diet and movement is every day.
Okay.
They don't understand how important it is to eat throughout the day. You go in and you expend all this energy. I'm skipping meals. I'm not eating breakfast. I'm not eating at least 40 minutes after my, my workout. I'm not refueling what I've just burnt. And then, like we said, waiting to that last meal of the day, our body has been running on absolutely nothing all day long, but we expect to see change. We expect to see increase in muscle mass and a drop in percent body fat, but it's not going to happen. What's going to do is it's going to actually be the other way around. We're going to lose muscle mass and our percent body fat is going to go up because our body is holding on to the fat, because our body's like, I don't know when I'm going to eat again,
Yep.
so I'm going to hold on to this.
Yep.
Right.
And muscle, you got to go because I got to save this fat. And so people don't understand how important it is to fuel your body from sun up until
Sundown.
Not necessarily sundown,
Oh,
but
clocked me.
until that late meal. But that late meal still only needs to be your protein and your veggies, not a lot of carbs, because as Tim said, your body's not going to be able to burn off in time for you to have quality sleep.
And see, your body makes the adjustment on its own anyway. So
Right.
once it gets that, it's just gonna think that's the norm. Then trying to reset the body to go back to where you start, it's gonna not take a lot, but it's just gonna take some consistency.
Yeah.
So,
You know.
thoughts on people who, not necessarily for religious purposes, but people who have these diets that are set like after 8 o'clock, I'm fasting for the rest of the night. Do y'all guys consider that like a healthy
Intermittent
option,
fasting is
or
fine overnight?
that's what it is?
I mean,
Intermittent
I
fasting.
do it. I mean, my last meal, I don't eat anything after 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then I don't break my fast till about 11 or 12 sometime the next day. Depends on how hungry I am the next day.
Right.
But I break, and then I try to eat all my food between 11 and 7.
Now, do you consume the actual calorie count you're supposed to consume
I
for
eat
somebody?
every 2 hours.
Okay.
2.5. I never go past 3 hours without eating.
Okay.
Right.
So, because that is the optimal window. Between 3 to 4 hours is a good gap that you should be. If you have, but once you get your metabolism to the point where you burn it out so quick, you're gonna be wanting to eat every couple hours.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
your body's gonna be like, "Oh well," and you're like, "I'm eating," but you're hungry as you're eating. And then your body's like, "That's not enough." You're like, "Well, that's all you're gonna get right now for the next couple hours."
So, can you train your metabolism?
Yeah,
Oh shit.
because eating consistently over that time, it speeds up the metabolism. When you eat maybe once a day or what have you, your metabolism, studies have kind of shown that it does slow down. Because it's going to take everything and hold everything because it needs that energy. So it's going to be your body burns carbs first, basically, is what it looks for. Then once the carbs are kind of burnt, it's like, oh, well, what I got? Oh, let's get some of this stored fat.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to eat this up. Well, that's all I can eat there. Well, guess what's next? Your muscle tissue. And that's where you start losing the muscle. You see what I'm saying? So if you're eating every 2.5, 3 hours, your body's going to go burn carbs, stored fat, carbs, stored fat, carbs, stored fat. So whatever muscle you're building, you're going to build more muscle to help burn off more of the fat. Muscle burns fat.
Damn, this
It does.
this is a fucking chemistry right here. I should have brought a fucking notebook.
I tell my clients that all the time. All we're focused on is building muscle.
Yes.
Muscle burns fat. And
Yep.
it'll
We
take
gotta
care of the
eat
rest.
that part.
But
Yep.
the thing is people will say, I'm not hungry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Metabolism's so
But,
slow.
Yeah.
but what I
Right.
tell them, once you train your body will then crave that food and you will be hungry. So you have to force feed yourself at
You will.
first. And then as you continue to go, burn that fat, build that muscle, then the appetite will increase and go up. And you will be hungry and you will want that food every 2 to 3 hours as you need to build the muscle. Because I remember there was one day I was eating and I was like, I just ate 30 minutes ago. I'm hungry again. Here I go grabbing my next snack. Here I'm like 4 hours in. I'm like, I've eaten all my snacks today. And I'm still hungry. But my metabolism is getting so high. That's why I'm hungry.
Yeah.
But that's what we want. That's what we need in order to obtain our goals.
Oh shit, that makes me feel better about
Yeah,
myself.
but see, because the more you burn, the more you can eat.
Right.
So,
Well, and then you eat more if it's
Yeah,
healthy.
absolutely.
But real quick question, y'all. Has anyone here, this personal, right? Has anyone ever just like hit a wall and either physically or mentally, and it just turned out to be nutrition based only?
oh, I'm there now.
I drove into a pole.
Whoa.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm there now.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Right.
just trying to get back on track because we get so busy, or I get so busy
Yep.
with just outside of work and work. It's just like, you grabbing stuff on the go, because
Yeah.
I've gotten lazy to where I need the food prep every day. I got everything to food prep. I got all the food. I
Yep.
just got to do it. But when I
Right.
get home from work and running around with the kids and all this kind of stuff, I just want to go to
Literally.
bed. I just want to take
Literally.
a shower, get into bed, pull the covers to my chin, and out of there.
Right.
I was
You know.
working medical administration while I was full time for a little bit while I was working where I work now, and that was part time. And I would literally have to drive. We're about to get locational. I don't know how people be seen outside the Metroplex be seeing this podcast. But I had to drive from literally North Dallas for work, get off work there from 7:30 to about 4:30. I live already 45 minutes away, and so getting up by like 5, going to work, getting there by 7:30, getting off work at 4:30 to make it by the job in Cedar Hill, which is like another 30 minutes. I would have to kind of eat. I was so used to eating on the go, and it got to a point, not only because my car started getting filled up with like fast food bags, but also like I started feeling tired when I got to work. And I was like, it's not just the fact. I was like, oh well, it's because I'm rushing. No, mofo, it's because you just chopped down like 10 nuggets and then you just went to work.
Yeah. And I'm not even gonna lie, I'm back there right now. These last like 3 weeks I have been struggling with my meals. I'm usually up at 4:30 on the dot. 4:30 on the dot, up cooking my breakfast, eating my breakfast, getting up, going to do my workout, my cardio, going on about my day. But because my schedule has changed at work, now I'm not getting up at 4:30.
Yeah.
I'm back to skipping breakfast, not eating until 12, 1 o'clock.
Yep.
And then I've been back to skipping workouts, which I have been really, really hard on myself. And I told myself that I'm not doing that anymore. So starting next week, I'm getting back on my 4:30 regimen. But it, like, these last 2 weeks have really, really thrown me off. And I've gotten on the scale, and while I haven't gained any weight, I haven't lost anything. And my last time on the scale was like a month ago, and I haven't like changed at all.
Right.
So I know, as hard as I was going in those first few weeks, these last 2 weeks have really affected what I should have been making changes on, or my progress that I should be making.
That's kind of where I'm at now, because the hours that I have now are not ideal. A lot from my afternoon to I work from like mid-afternoon to like the evening of 9 o'clock. I still live about 30 minutes away from my job. I technically am still in school. I'm only taking one class, but it personally feels like there's no time to actually do that class. Mainly because I get off at 9. If I have to squeeze in a workout before my shift, I'll try my best, or I'll try to do it at the end of my shift. But regardless, I will not have time, not only for school, but for me personally. And I work Monday through Thursday and then a Saturday. So there's no really there's no really weekend type of schedule that I can oblige by, that I'm used to obliging by, but I have to try to like utilize the time I have, plus go to due dates, deadlines. And then a little bit of like my professor was like, you got to take your course on your exam on campus Monday through Thursday. I'm like, you got to be shitting me. I was like, so I got to rush to campus that's further out, drive back to work and do some stuff. School's hard.
But we've just got to find a way to get back on track. Like, that's the biggest thing. We have to remind ourselves that, again, we all fall off. It's not end all be all. We can pick ourselves up and start back over, and that's the one big thing that we have to remember.
Well, the beauty in it is that you're not starting over. You're starting from experience. You're
Absolutely.
just picking up
picking up where we left off.
Exactly. So you're going in with information. You know what not to do already. So all you got to do is make a few small adjustments, right?
Right.
All right, cool. All right, so let's move on.
I'm getting emotional.
Are you?
I'm telling you, I'm coming from the outside. Like, I'm with some professionals here, and Sheri, and
twin, I know you did.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I mean, honestly, like, I'm surrounded by some professionals, so not only am I like, I'm happy to be a part of this, but I'm asking questions like a motherfucker. I'm not even laughing, and like, hopefully, like, people listen to this, and I want to try to be relatable, and like you got some professionals, then you got like little brown boy Vinny over here trying to figure out left from right. But it's all facts. Like, I'm being straight up honest. Like, I'm very appreciative to be here, and then like getting actual feedback, and I'm asking like genuine questions too.
Well, we're grateful to have you here.
I know.
All right, so let's go to the next segment. Let's talk about lifting and performance. We're talking like strength, confidence, daily performance, and energy, and how lifting, pretty much, I know for me, lifting changes the way I feel. If I don't run or work out, I feel so much anxiety. Like, I just literally, like, I feel like I need it at this point. And I've been doing it so long that it's just one of those things. And I tell everyone all the time, like, make this a part of your life. Just like you have to brush your teeth and cut your hair and take care of yourself, I feel like fitness has to be a part of your life. You don't have to look like us. You don't have to be bodybuilders.
It's
you don't
therapy.
have to do any of that. Right.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just show up and do something every day, right? Just a little bit of something. All right, so for you guys, let's ask, what's a real life moment where your strength or fitness showed up somewhere unexpected? It could have been at work, in a relationship, a tough situation, anything like that.
Well, I just with all these activities my kids have.
Oh.
You gotta have endurance. You gotta have stamina.
Facts.
You gotta have conditioning
That's
to be able to take this kid here, drop this one off, pick this one up, come back, do this, run here, drag this to the soccer field, and oh, I forgot this, Dad. I need you to go back home and get it. So you gotta have the energy and the conditioning to be able to do all their activities.
Yeah.
So just not even just me working out or anything like that. It's just knowing you have to have that, and even certain jobs. You got to have conditioning for certain jobs. Manufacturing jobs. You got to be manufacturing conditioning. You got to be, whatever job you may have, it's going to have to take some level of conditioning of some sort. So that's the biggest thing with me. Is just running them all over the place because I'm constantly moving. Yeah. So I got to be able to have some fuel. I got to be able to have that energy to be able to keep moving, or else we all gonna crash.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, I think for me personally, it's just the feeling of overwhelm, and I'm an overthinker a lot. So if even to make it a little bit more personable, when I was with my ex, we would get into these arguments, and the thing about it is, with gays, we want to have the last word. Like it's not gonna happen unless I'm gonna say okay. No, bitch, I'm gonna say okay too. So we would have these arguments, and we would have these moments, and we would try to separate, go into different rooms, calm our tits, and then try to figure out okay, let's come back to it. We did that for a little bit in the first year, and it was fine. Right. Then our personality started showing up, and we were both kind of like gym fanatics. So there was one day, huge argument, and then I walked in, I was like, I gotta go to the gym. And he goes, do you want me to go with you? I was like, no. And he, understandably, because it was the first big fight we had, he was upset, worried, and then I was like, we have each other's location. I'm down the street. I'm literally just going to the gym. I will calm myself down. I don't want to do or say anything that I'm going to regret or say out of anger. So, I would go to the gym, come back, and be like, okay, I'm calm. Let's talk. And something like that, the overthinking, the overwhelmed, I get toxic. I'm not even gonna lie. I get toxic. And when somebody, I won't get too into detail, but if somebody starts hopping on something that I'm prioritizing person-wise, my blood will boil, and I will go Lisa Left Eye Lopez, and I will burn a house down. But figuratively speaking, I had a similar situation recently where somebody was talking to a guy that I'm talking to, and I messaged my two friends that know this person. I was like, this bitch. And then I vented it out, thought I was calm, and I was like, no, I gotta go to the fucking gym. Even if I gotta go run on the treadmill or go at an incline, because the bitch don't run, but walk at an incline at my comfiest or fastest speed that I can go, just to relax my mind, and then I'll just go in the sauna and reevaluate all my negative thoughts that I was planning on doing to this motherfucker's car.
It's always good to you can use the gym as a way to decompress before you get home.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you got more issues at home. You got stuff at home to do. You got wife, you got kids, you got household stuff. So the gym is a good way to decompress, reset before you go home to your basically second job, right? So always the gym has so many different ways to help you from a health standpoint to a mental standpoint to a look standpoint, right? So you definitely you can use that. But one other thing too is going to the gym this is what people, I'm not going to tell everybody what to do, but this is something that has helped a lot of people that I've trained and myself. Put your gym bag in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't go home.
That's so important.
Yeah.
Don't go home.
Yeah.
You go
So
home,
important.
you're gonna sit down.
Yep.
You're gonna start doing things at home.
I
Then
agree.
guess
You're
what?
gonna be annoyed
Time has
as hell.
gone by, and you
Yep.
hadn't gone to the gym.
Yep.
And my wife knows if I have not worked out, and if I'm coming in the house super grouchy,
Right.
she will ask, "Did you work out today?"
See,
And I'm like, "No." She was like, "Get out of my face."
It's like you
Go
need.
work out.
It's like
Go
you
find
need.
something to go. Yeah. Go
It's like
run,
you need a
walk.
nap.
Yeah. She like go to the gym. Go do something.
Yeah.
She like just get out of here. She
Yeah.
said because you right now you're super grouchy. So she,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if I'm highly like aggravated about everything, she knows I have not worked
ain't
out.
worked
Yeah, my kids know too.
really.
Yeah.
When you haven't worked out.
Yeah, when I haven't worked out, they can always tell. Because
Really?
I'm always very, very irritable when I don't work out. Especially going from, that's the first thing I do every day, and then not doing it,
It builds.
it builds up. Because I feel like, for me, I feel like I'm failing myself. So then all of those emotions and thoughts kind of like start, here you go, you done fell off today, you didn't do it, here we go, we're starting back on this trend. So it's my own negative self-talk that I know I have to get myself out of.
Yep.
And the only thing right now that kind of saves me from, since I'm not on that morning kick right now, the only thing that saves me is my clients, because I can at least get something in when I'm working out, training. I can do some reps myself, or, do a few sets or whatever. So that does help me. But on the days when I absolutely am not in the gym at all, period, they know. And they're like, go the other way. You've got to go the other way.
Yeah, I feel that. Okay, so look, on this next segment, we're gonna talk about the elephant in the room, right? Not you, Vinny.
What'd you call me? I said I was starting my journey. Okay.
Vinny, you can say, what'd you tell me how'd you ask me for motivation in the gym? Like,
So I forgot. I don't know why I was tripping about working out. I think it was just like I had worked out that morning, but it was like a half-ass workout. So I was like, what do I need to do? I was like, Harold, can you just call me fat? And he goes, He goes, go work out, fat bitch. I was like, thank you. He goes, fat ass bitch. I'm like, oh. I'm like, okay. He goes, fat bitch. I'm like, I'm going. I was like, I still got 30 minutes left before I get off. Chill.
that's motivation. All right, so let's go to the next segment. Let's talk about, this is something that affects everybody. I think is really important in every relationship. It's out there, right? Because it sells. We're talking about hormones, sex drive, and performance.
Hell yeah, fun shit. No, I'm
Right?
just kidding.
We're taking nutrition, training, affects hormones, energy, confidence for both men and women.
Yep.
So for you guys, how has your relationship with fitness changed how you feel about your own body, your confidence, and your energy in and out the bedroom? Mainly in the bedroom, right?
Well, one thing is I'm not afraid to leave the lights on.
That part.
You know what I'm saying?
That part.
And that is progress.
I'm like, oh, I walk past the mirror in the room.
Tim's like, I got a mirror on my ceiling, the wall on my right, the wall on my left.
I'm not afraid to leave the lights on. I say that much.
Yeah.
Listen, I've been told, why is it every time you walk by a mirror, you
gotta look
stop,
yourself.
you look, you turn to the left, you turn to the
Yep.
right, and then you progress.
Yeah.
Because I
love
love
me some
you
me.
like what I see, but I love what I see.
I love me.
Compared
Yeah.
to what I used to see.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, I'm stopping by every mirror.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love me some me for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah.
You know, but that's one thing is I'm not afraid to leave the lights on,
That's
Yeah.
good.
and I am proud where I am.
Good.
Good.
You know, it can be a little tuned up right now.
Yeah.
It's getting there, but compared to where I was years ago,
Yeah.
I was going through like depression.
Yep.
I was going through
Yeah.
alcoholism,
Yeah.
all of that stuff. But now, I just basically replaced the gym with the gym.
Yeah.
And I used to be a strong believer in mantras. Like talking to yourself in the mirror.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of the voices in my head, and I would.
I talk to them all the time. We had a great conversation. We had a great conversation.
But I agree with myself all the time. I'm always right.
Oh my God.
But
Scorpio shit.
oh God, here we go. We'll save that for later. But basically, I used to do mantras, and there's one that I was stressed out this week. You know, with popping back into the regular life after 4 days off, and I was like, fuck, like I've been off my gym game. That's one. I've been off my pre-workout, not pre-workout, my prep, my meal prep. But I looked at myself in the mirror. I'm like, you know what? I'm not saying this because it's an excuse, but you were not where you were 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. There's muscles that are defined on your body. Don't look at my arms when I say that. I'll just say I'm just playing. There's stuff on my body that's actually a lot more defined than it used to be. Uh-huh. And then in my hidden folder, other than my dirty stuff, in my hidden folder, I'm just kidding. I keep. Y'all made the mistake, not me. No, I'm just kidding. But in my hidden folder, there's pictures that I had to take for a trainer that I was working with at the time. You know, the before pictures, where my belly was hanging lower, my chest was doing a lot more pointing than it was a lot more built. And there was, I'm going to be upfront, like there was acne starting to develop because of the unhealthiness that I was at. Right. And that goes back into the mental thing where the depression I was at. I was drinking on a consistent. I was going out on a consistent. Exactly. Yeah, and so, and I bumped into those pictures on accident. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I'm not where I want to be at currently. But I'm also not at that point anymore.
Right. Yeah.
And that is probably, and people see those fat pictures or those quote unquote like big pictures, and they say like, crap, like that's close to where I'm at now. It's like, no, I'm not. No, I'm fucking not. Like I'm literally a lot more better than where I was. So I would tell myself like, now I tell myself, I'm not the tallest. I'm not, but. Fat ass bitch. I tell myself now, like, you know what? I'm not the most ripped. I don't have a 6-pack. Hell, I don't even have a 2-pack. But I sure as hell know that I'm a lot better to what I used to be. Mm-hmm. And the only way from here is up. How does that expression go? The only way else to go is up. I'm not hitting that rock bottom again. That's some bullshit. You know how bad it is to have to buy new clothes? That shit's expensive. But it makes me feel better about myself. Mm-hmm. It's like that mantra. It's like that self-medicine. Mm-hmm. What does Lizzo say? Never mind.
Oh God! So, like, on another question, do you feel like, I know sex isn't just about desire.
Oh yeah.
But do you feel like it's like a kind of a report card from your body, like, you know what I mean? How you perform, if you want to. I know for men, as you age, if you don't take care of yourself, like that testosterone thing, and you can't get it up or something like that.
You get ED, boy. But it's not so much as it. Even with that, it is so mental with you.
Yep.
Right.
It kills your mental because you're like, yo, man, I used to be able to hang a towel off this thing, boy. Now
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's that. I actually struggled with low test in my 30s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, in my 30s, and I was trying to always figure out why I was tired. And, you know, sluggish, and I started looking at it. I'm like, well, number one, you drink every day of the week.
Right.
You're eating horribly. You're working like crazy. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go get this checked. I went to the doctor and told him. He checked my test levels. He told me, he said, man, you're running on empty right now.
Oh, wow.
He said, you are like, you're no wonder you're not getting to where you want to be. Mm-hmm. You know, so, and it affected everything, just the way I lost weight. You know, and then once I said, okay, so he got me back up, and I started, well, literally back up, but but
I'm rubbing off.
But once I kind of got myself back to, you know, where I had more energy, get my workouts in, and I started seeing the results. That's when the whole mental part of it, I started feeling better.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I started looking better.
Yeah.
You know, and I realized that I had to quit doing some of the things.
Yeah.
Even though I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
As a woman, the gym has definitely changed the way my drive is as well.
You can get it up, Sheri.
I might not be able to get it up, but It might be a little bit of flow there.
Give me some.
But when I was when I was bigger, I didn't feel comfortable. I couldn't breathe during sex. I couldn't put my legs up.
Yep.
I couldn't, and
Right.
so feeling uncomfortable, I couldn't perform. I couldn't get excited. Now I'm in the gym. I want to.
Yeah.
Then everything else just goes with the flow, literally.
And also working with somebody that's actually going to help you do it. Because my thing is, going into my 30s, and then changing up my diet, changing up my gym routine, I see a difference. But then working with somebody or getting somebody getting advice from somebody that can tell you, like, hey, your posture's off here, you might want to change it up. I've talked to somebody we work with that has told me, like, hey, like, you told me you herniated your disc, you never got surgery for it, but you've been doing physical therapy, that's great. But, like, those positions actually make the way you situate yourself when you're trying to put one leg over, but the way you're trying to position during is one of those things where it's like, holy shit, like, I can feel the difference from what I'm doing even at the gym in the bedroom. Like, my back
gets better.
Oh,
yeah.
You know, mobility, your flexibility. You know, you're not like gassing out. You know, in the middle of it, like, I get some water, you get some Gatorade or something.
Yep.
You know, you have the actual, you know, the drive to keep moving.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
then your hips and your back and your legs and your arms and everything don't give out on you.
And I had to take
That's
Gatorade
true.
breaks, and I
See?
thought that was normal.
Definitely not.
Sometimes some of y'all out here try to get in them Kama Sutra moves.
What do you mean, some of y'all?
Some of y'all.
Y'all.
I'm too old to be doing some of that stuff now.
Okay, you do one backflip on it. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, God.
But yeah, definitely, man. It's just the gym and all the, you know, the foods and workouts will definitely help all of that drive.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. So
Oh, I like that. You know what? One thing I will comment on that because I've been, you know, you got to do a little bit of research, but I know that from, I guess when men hit 30, their testosterone, but like 1% every year it starts to decline.
Oh,
right?
shit.
But then when women get in their 40s and plus, their sex drive goes through the freaking roof,
Yeah.
right? So it's just like that constant thing of like,
Right.
you as a guy, if you want to stay in the game, you have to take care of
there's
yourself.
foods out there that would help you with that.
Yeah.
You know, to take a lot of the synthetic stuff that they have out there, because all that's going to do is just help you. It doesn't help with arousal. Right. It just helps you get to the point to where you can perform.
Yeah, literally, it's getting it up with no feeling, and it's doing the work for you, and that's the mentality that it goes into.
So.
All right, cool. So last segment, let's talk about pain, recovery, and aging. Have you ever recovered from something, an injury, burnout, health scare, where you felt like nutrition or training was the thing that brought you back?
Nutrition wise, I would say it would help you maintain. We'll
Right.
say that. So if you say you got injured, you hurt your shoulder, you hurt your back, you hurt your knee, as long as you continue to eat properly, you won't put on all the extra weight because you're not lifting or you're not doing that.
Right.
That will help you maintain a good solid weight, and that way when you do get back, you're not having to, you know, lose 10, 15, 20 pounds because, you know, you stopped doing everything.
Yeah.
So food will definitely help you kind of keep your mind, I guess, at ease while you're injured. But most of the time when people get hurt, they're just going to go all out. They're just going to say, the hell with it. I'm going to go ahead and just eat this cheeseburger, and then, like, I can't work out right now, so why would I eat clean?
Right.
So
Yeah.
just keep eating properly, then you'll be fine. So
I feel like that's giving up. What you
It-
just
it
did.
is.
I
Yeah.
feel like it's just
It
kind of
is.
giving up.
that's
because-
why people really need to hire a professional.
Right.
Right.
You know, because a professional will let them know, like, hey, okay, so you're injured. Still, let's eat this way.
Right.
You know what I
Right.
mean? Don't just give up.
Yeah.
Right.
I
Because
agree.
that's what they do. They will. They're just like, man, the hell with this.
And it's okay to ask for help.
absolutely
It's okay
is.
to ask for help.
It is.
Right.
Even as trainers have trainers.
Exactly.
People understand
That's what I
Yeah.
tell people. I'm like, they're the same way therapists have therapists, trainers have trainers.
Right.
And
You know.
I hate the fact that people are so, and I'm not gonna lie, like, machismos, like, we are straight up gonna be like, I don't need help. I'll figure it out.
It's just everybody. Though.
Yeah.
People,
Yeah.
But really, because they don't want to pay for it.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's
Yeah.
true. I mean, but it's so funny because you pay for you use your money for something else,
Hey,
but you're not going to
see,
use
that's
your money to
that's
take care of your body.
Yep.
drives me
Right.
Like,
crazy.
make that
Yeah, make that
right?
make sense.
You'll go-
I'll tell you a quick
you
story
know-
real quick. I had a lady once I sold I was going to sell training to. And when she was wanting to buy, she was going to buy, it was going to be like $1,500. She was going to buy a lot of sessions, right?
Right.
For what she's wanting to do. She told me, well, I can't pay for that. I'm like, okay, cool. She's like, I have a dog that has a $1,500 a month bill for, it's a champion this, champion that. So I said, when you dead and gone, who going to take care of that dog? You think somebody going to pay that for that dog?
Nope.
I said, that dog going to be sitting there laying at your casket looking at you like, man, what I'm going to do now?
Yep.
So they put money in what people pay for what they value. If they don't value themselves, they're not going to pay for
And
it.
I tell people, I was like, you were going to spend $500 if you're at a bar drinking for a weekend. You might as well just put it into something else.
I had a client say she wanted to do training, but she only bought 30-minute sessions because she had to buy Chris Brown and Usher tickets.
Oh Lord. Well,
And she said she was going to upgrade later.
Listen,
But
go and see Chris Brown.
again, she started somewhere. Someone's just saying, I'm not going to, I'm at least going to do something.
That's fair. Okay.
And I'm still going to invest in what I want to.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying with all that, you still need to invest, even if it is 30 minutes.
Yep.
right.
And then keep going.
So, hey, you're going to get what you pay for, right? Right.
Absolutely.
If you use it for whatever you use it for, you're going to get what you pay for.
I need this
All right.
Louis bag. Well, that Louis bag, you're going to bury it with it.
Yeah, exactly. Take it with you. You know what I mean? But all right. So I think this was overall a good discussion, y'all. It's a good show. I appreciate y'all for coming. And if y'all like the show, follow, subscribe, like, comment, do all the things. Y'all want to give out y'all social media handles real quick?
Coach Tim motivates on all platforms.
Fit Sheri B on all platforms, and follow us on Fit and Sanity on IG and TikTok.
There we go.
I am v.cyrinel on TikTok and Instagram. I don't use Facebook, so just v.cyrinel on everything else.
All right.
Yeah. And the last thing I got, always remember, use your food as your medicine, or you'll be eating your medicine as your food.
Oh,
That's the bar.
yeah,
But
that one,
that's what I'm
that
saying
one,
right
that
there.
one right
Yeah.
there.
Eat
That
your
was
food
it.
That's
as
the
your
bar.
medicine, or you're going to be eating that medicine as your food.
Okay. And we can't go any further than that, y'all.
Nope.
So until next time, stay fit, stay focused, and stay sane.
sane.
Yeah, we crush it today. Now it's time for the flex. Mind heavy, heart steady. We demand and respect. Fit insanity, the code. We don't break, we don't bend. Every setback is set up. Every loss is a win. Keep the pressure on your goals. Let it sharpen your aim. Hustle hard, move smart, stay ahead.